Hello friends, welcome to today's daily devotion. We're looking in John chapter 2, reading now verses 18 through 25, the fallout from what Jesus did in yesterday's devotion in making the riot, driving out all of the sellers of the animals and the money changers in the temple. Hear now these words. The Jews then responded to Jesus, "What sign can you show us to prove your authority to do all this?" Jesus answered them, "Destroy this temple and I will raise it again in 3 days." And they replied, "It has taken 46 years to build this temple, and you are going to raise it in 3 days?" But the temple Jesus had spoken of was his body. After he was raised from the dead, his disciples recalled what he had said. Then they believed the scripture and the words that Jesus had spoken. Now, while he was in Jerusalem at the Passover festival, many people saw the signs he was performing and believed in his name. But Jesus would not entrust himself to them, for he knew all people. He did not need any testimony about mankind, for he knew what was in each person. There are so many different paths that we could take in unpacking this portion of Scripture. But here's where I want to go. John's Gospel isn't necessarily trying to give us a chronologically based description of Jesus' life and ministry. And the reason I say that is because here we are in John chapter 2, and John tells us everything that we needed to know from the very end of the story. Did you catch it as I was reading it? In case you didn't, let me describe it to you again. But the temple he had spoken of was his body. After he was raised from the dead, his disciples recalled what he had said. Now, John has just let the cat out of the bag. He's told us everything that's going to happen after he was raised from the dead. Jesus is going to die. Jesus is going to live. That is the climax of the story. We're getting it where? In John chapter 2. You see, John isn't interested in telling us a story for the story's sake. John is interested in telling us the story for the sake of us believing in Jesus, that Jesus is God. God is Jesus. And all of these descriptions of what Jesus is doing are pointing us to the fact that God is He and He is God. Destroy this temple in 3 days, I will rebuild it. Well, on the third day, Jesus rose from the grave. So as we think about this story, we need to keep the end in mind, even here at the beginning. God is Jesus. Jesus is God. The authority that Jesus has to do everything that He has is because He's God. God is Him. And may we remember that and believe. And I'll see you tomorrow for another daily devotion.